Hi folks, I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
Together we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob. Bob, what are you doing up there?
All right, today we're going to talk about total knee replacement, best home products for quick success. You want to get better fast, right?
Right. So this is right from our repertoire, our experience of over 55 years and thousands of total knee patients. These are the products that have worked the best for us, for our patients at home, as well as in the clinic.
Or doing both.
Right.
So a lot of times we see outpatients and we recommend stuff for them to do at home.
Right.
And this is a good accessories.
And these are the ones that they say, where can I get this so I can have one at home?
Right.
And then we tell them, and then they go purchase it, and it works out that way.
Yeah.
So,
and by the way, if you're new to our channel, please take a second to subscribe to us. We provide videos how to stay healthy, fit, pain-free, and we upload every day. Also, go to FB, that's Facebook for all of you fans out there, and make sure you like us because it's Bob and Brad. Because if you like us, we're going to go ahead and send some positive vibes your way.
Say no more, Bob.
I won't.
Total knee replacements. The last time I looked, the statistics in the United States was over 800,000 of them per year. Yeah. And I know that's old, so there's more than that going on now. They're getting very good at them. Now, it used to be standard, 3 nights in the hospital. They've cut it down. A lot of people are going in, out the next day, and they start
a 2-day affair.
Yep,
yeah.
Right. So
it's becoming a lot more personal to me because I'm having a lot of people around me starting to have them now of our age.
Yes, yes, exactly.
Or younger than us.
Right.
So.
And they're getting real good at them as far as now they can just do a partial knee. It used to be always total knee.
Right.
Partials are coming out. But regardless of what kind of knee replacement you have, or if you have an ACL reconstruction or meniscus, range of motion before surgery and after surgery is key.
It is, and it's a race against scar tissue, as I remember Dr. Lawrence famously said one time. He goes, you know, the strength is going to come, but you've got to get that bend, and you got to get that straightened.
Right.
Because the scar tissue is starting to form and it's starting to limit those motions.
Exactly.
So you want to get them as fast as you can.
Right. Not only the scar tissue after surgery, but before, like I had mentioned, there's an exercise they'll give you before. If you can full range of motion before surgery, the chances of you regaining it quickly is better after surgery.
It's called prehab.
Prehab.
We're going rehab before the surgery.
Right. So this is our favorite device right here. In the olden days, it'd be throw a towel on the floor and scrub the floor, and that works okay, but there's some instances where it doesn't work, like if you have carpet. You can't do that at home on carpet.
Well, also, a lot of times it gives a little too much resistance for some people, I've found. Like right after they've had surgery, they really want something that glides smooth, and they also need the angle that this provides.
So this can go flat. This is the knee glide. We have it in our favorite products. Or you can put it up at an angle. And this not only helps with going downhill, doesn't seem like much, but when you have a sore knee or after surgery, it's a big deal. But it also helps the motion in the ankle, because sometimes the ankles are a problem.
I've been sending these home with my outpatients, Brad, just to even borrow them, to be honest with you right now, because they get such good results from them. It just moves things along so much better.
Right.
I mean, one of the biggest advantages to this is that it weighs. How much do you know how much it weighs?
It's just a little less than 3 pounds, if I remember right. You know, you can hold it with one finger. It's very light.
Show the finger curls.
Yeah.
You can do finger curls with it.
Yeah,
so
I haven't done many curls with my fingers, but yeah, that's a good point. It's very light, very durable, very tough.
Very easy to take home.
So there you go. Is the other thing.
You can work on extension too with it.
Oh, sure. So if you want to get the extension, you just simply slide it out, and you can go out like this to get that full extension. I'm going to help a little
pressure
bit here.
on, pressure off, and
pressure on, pressure off. And after knee surgery, I always like to use this. This is where I get my best measurement for bending the knee. There's always this anxious patient saying, God, am I over 80 degrees or 100 degrees?
Patients always feel better if they're in control. If you're the one pushing on them, they're not always happy.
Right.
So you can push on them, but they can also, they can go around their ankles to start off with.
Yep.
And then it gets too far, they can actually push off the toe then.
Yep. There. And I find, if they get to the edge of the chair, you can see with the lines on my leg there, you get some really nice flexion, nice bend. Boy, that is just when you tell a patient they got 120 degrees flexion on a knee replacement, they're just smiling
Yep.
because they know they're going to be done with therapy.
That's right. They're going to be done with the pain and torture.
Okay, so that's the knee glide. We love the knee glide. The next one is the in motion, the elliptical in motion it's called.
Now, this device was actually designed to be, we believe, is that you were to stand on it.
Yeah, it was. This is how you're supposed to do it, and they advertise it like this. This is a mini elliptical.
And Brad, I actually give you credit. Brad saw one of these in a sporting goods store.
Yeah.
And I mean, how many years ago was that now?
Over 10 years ago, and
10 years,
I was like, man, that's going to work somehow for knees with some of our patients.
Yep, and I think we're the ones that invented sitting down and using it. Now they promote that too.
Oh, they do?
Oh yeah, they do. I think,
didn't see that yet.
Yeah, we put out a video on this. It was one of our first videos.
Right.
And that was, in 2011.
Yeah.
And so, we were one of the first to say use it in that fashion.
Right.
The other thing, some people complain that these start to wear out, but I think they wear out more if you are standing on them.
Sure.
If you are sitting on them, because we have these in every one of our clinics. We probably have, we've run them for the 8 years.
Right.
And they're still running fine.
Right, yep. The one thing we find that works better, if you put them flat like this and use it in a chair for your knee to get range of motion.
Yeah, it's too hard on your ankles.
It really pushes your ankle down. So if you turn it around so that the part that has the timer on it is towards you or this metal base, and then you can just put we got some wood here. If you put two 2x4s, elevate whatever it takes to elevate that about 3 inches, we find that it makes it the easiest on the hips, knees, and ankles.
And then you're going to want to be in a good solid chair. Like when we put people in wheelchairs and bring them up to it, we actually have to put something behind the wheels so they don't tip backwards.
Well, especially in wheelchairs. But yeah, you want a good solid chair, because this is a little warning. If you're pushing hard, and usually
this is up against the wall.
Up against the wall, and it won't slide like that. But because of the videoing, we couldn't do that, and I didn't want you to just look at my back. I guess we could put it over there, Bob.
No, that's fine, Brad. You can
put your foot there. There you go. What happened? This is the warning. What happens? People push, and then this kind of thing could happen. I've never had it happen, but it could. So big warning. Make sure that the chair stays solidly on the ground. And as you pedal, the knee bends. You might just start. I have patients just rock back and forth.
Yeah.
And after the knee gets better and better, it may take 5 minutes before they can get around, but then they start pedaling. And it's around. Now, when that gets too easy, and this may take a couple days, you move the chair forward, and then it bends the knee even more. And that nice motion is, the in motion, some people call it the elliptical, but whatever, it works well. And I'll have people on here for 15 minutes at a time once they get going on it. Not the first day.
And it's something you can keep exercising with after you're done with the knee replacement.
Oh, right.
You can keep using it.
Yeah.
This is running, what did we decide, Brad, about $69?
Depending on which site you're on, but
or 79.
Anywhere from 69 to 79. This one, same thing, variable prices. I found as low as 68. Usually we find them around $80.
80 some.
Yep.
It used to be always, to be honest with you, it was always almost $100, but now it's free shipping, and so it's.
The warning on this one is it's heavy.
Yeah.
It weighs about, I was at 30, 40 pounds, and there's no handle on it.
I think it's like 28 pounds, but there's no handle, so it's really.
Feels like 40.
Yeah, it does feel like 40. It's not easy to move around. You're going to have somebody put it in place for you.
Bob's got a vice-like type grip.
Yeah.
If normal people, it's just not easy to move.
No, it's not.
That is a big disadvantage of that particular device, but it works great for the motion of the knee and the ankle and the hip. But for this case, the knee, we love it. We've been using it for years.
And holds up well again, I think, if you're not standing on it.
Right.
So.
And the third piece of equipment is I'll talk to my patients if they have a stationary bike. I never recommend anybody buy a stationary bike for a total knee, but if they already have a stationary bike and they're used to using one, I'll say you can use a stationary bike at home, but you're going to have to adjust the seat height to get the proper range of motion on the knee. That means when you start, you're going to raise the seat up probably as high as you can go so you can still touch it at the bottom center of the swing. Now,
and you might start just by doing halves like this.
Now, Bob's really tall. This,
So, yeah, this
this
is-
setup would never work for him.
Yeah,
He would need a really tall stationary bike.
right. It's getting close for you, right?
Right, and here we have the square bike here. This is a something new out that is made to go up to a desk and you can pedal while you're
Yeah, you could
doing
you
paperwork.
Could, you could actually come up to the square bike like this and actually work it this way too.
I've had people do it on a regular station, a typical
Sure.
stationary bike, and come up to it like this.
Right.
And you can start out with partial range, going rocking back and
sure.
forth, and just get that knee to bend, and finally it'll stretch and stretch, and you go around the corner.
They can't make it around at first. I know a lot
Yep.
of that, especially
Yep.
when they first start off.
And then
So-
as the knee gets better, you simply move the chair closer to the pedals.
It makes you bend your knee more yet.
Right, gets that knee to bend. And this whole thing about repetitive motion with all three of these devices is key. You're not just trying to bend it a few times and you're done. It's gradually working on it with repetition.
So I just got to mention the square bike. It's kind of an interesting concept. I mean, you can actually put the seat down and the pedals actually flip into here. So it becomes a square.
Oh, I see. Everything
Yeah.
flips in.
Yep, you got to pull the pedals out
Yep.
and then they go in.
And then the legs flip in.
Yeah, and then the legs flip in and
Then you can put it in your suitcase and take it with you
yeah,
to
well, it works
Tahiti.
in small apartments and stuff like that.
Sure,
If you
right.
don't have a lot of room and
Yep.
so
Cute
you know,
little thing.
just like we're square too. We're not cool, right?
All right, so if you got a total knee replacement, these are our favorite things to do before, after, and to get you back on the road walking. But they don't like you to run after a total knee. That's one thing
That's
that
right.
I've never heard.
No, you're
So-
gonna have to do a fast walk.
So once again, Bob, another step towards one of those things we can
Fix
fix,
just about everything
except
and
for
a broken heart.
There you go.
But we're working on it.
And we won't stop.